from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News at noon.
And good afternoon. We welcome you to CBS 2 News here at noon. Multiple breaking news stories here this morning. First, this fire in Yonkers. Firefighters on the scene of a huge fire sweeping through an apartment building.
A deadly accident. A tree falls near an elementary school, crushing a car below.
And former Fox News chief Roger Ailes dies at the age of 77 this morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chris Wragge.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Let's bring you breaking news out of the Midtown Manhattan at 46th and 7th Avenue. We understand a Honda has struck multiple people in that area. It is a breaking news story at this very moment, and this is the latest information that we are getting involving a red Honda at that location.
Happening moments ago. We have reports of several people having been hit by this car. Some reports saying upwards of 30 people. But right now, those details are sketchy at best, as this is just happening as we speak. Apparently, the car has been apprehended. We're not sure who is driving the car, how many people were in the car, or where exactly that car is right now. But we are looking at this incident happening, as Mary said, 46th and 7th moments ago, a red Honda which has struck multiple people. We don't want to, of course, jump to any conclusions at this point, but with these types of stories in the news headlines the past few months, we hate to jump to conclusions, and of course we won't at this point, but that is what we know right now, as we are trying to get reporters on the scene as soon as possible to, of course, ascertain some more information as to exactly what happened.
And as we are speaking to you, we're still waiting to learn the details in regard to the conditions of those who have been struck.
So, Mary, so you can see here the car, those steel safety barriers, which are put in place for a reason. They obviously did their job. They're preventing that car from getting up onto the curb or near the storefront. That was at 45th and Broadway. That's where the car has come to a stop right now. So you've got it, literally right at the 45th and Broadway section right there. And the car is, you can see, leaning precariously up on those steel safety girders that are, cemented deep within the concrete there to prevent something like this, a car getting up on the curb and striking more pedestrians.
And we are watching fire crews as they look like they are trying to open the driver's side door, and whether they'll use the jaws of life to do that, we are waiting to see that. But again, putting those flames out and that smoke out and assessing the damage here to determine what is going to happen next. We are still awaiting word as to who was driving that car, who owned that car, how many people even were in that car. A number of unanswered questions at this hour, but this just happening within the past half hour. And we're looking now, live pictures from Chopper 2, and the traffic diverted from that area. They have extricated the driver from the car, and we are going to continue to cover this for you, as this is live breaking news in Times Square, where multiple pedestrians were struck by an out-of-control vehicle, a red Honda, at that location.
You can see when we had the other shot, Chopper is now, obviously swung around the direction. You can see the car, if you were to look down, you can't see it from this angle, but would be to the left of this shot. That bus that you can see is top left, right near that live bug top of your screen. Now, as Mary just mentioned a second ago, the driver has been extricated from the car. The car is, resting on the steel safety barriers here on the curb. A fire was just put out by the firefighters. We're not sure the condition or the motive of the driver, whether this was some type of medical incident, whether this was an act of terrorism. It's too early to say at this point. We do not know. Mary, you have more information?
Reuters now reporting that 10 people have been struck. Again, 10 people injured by this out-of-control vehicle. Reuters reporting that at this moment. As we continue to take a look at the live pictures, we're understanding that the driver has been extricated. And again, Chris, as you were saying, what happened here? Did something go wrong, or was this done purposefully? We are still awaiting word and a motive as to exactly what happened here. Let's get to Jim Smith. He's in Chopper 2 over that area. Jim, what can you tell us at this time?
Yeah, Mary, we are looking at the intersection of 7th Avenue and 45th Street. What we can see are some fire department vehicles just off on the 7th Avenue side of that intersection. Police officers in the middle of the intersection, and several fire hoses as well strung around through the intersection. Again, we are getting reports the vehicle has come to a stop near this intersection. At the moment, we are working with air traffic to try to get a better perspective on what is unfolding there on 7th Avenue. That does appear to be where most of the activity is. That is 45th Street, that goes from top to bottom on your screen. But as we've been hearing, multiple pedestrians struck in the area. The vehicle finally coming to a stop.